y'all. Hey, how are y'all doing today?
Okay.
We hope everybody is doing good. Okay, let's see who we got up in here. Okay, Tracy Chappelle, my one of my favorite trolls. How are you doing? I know you got questions, baby. Type y'all questions in the comments. Okay. Well, first of all, let me say welcome to everyone. I know I have been on hiatus. My sisters haven't. Was going through some things, but baby, your girl is back. Okay, and better than before. All right, and I will come back and pop it off being missed. But anyway, with that being said, I want to thank you all for being here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on all three channels. Is that me? Oh no, that's your
That's me. You know it's always me.
that whenever y'all hear that bing, that means hit the notification button, okay? But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on all three channels. If one of my moderators are in the chat, can y'all please drop Barb and Cutie's links in the chat because they are on the road to monetization. Okay, so we want to go ahead and get them there. Okay, so we want the likes to be liking, and we like what the likes like. Okay, if you feel so inclined to do so, okay, you can join the channel, submit a super chat, or you can send a cash app blessing of love to one of the ladies on the panel. However, if you can't monetarily, we don't mind. Okay, just make sure you smack that thumb because that's free. Make sure you hit that subscribe because that's free. Now, with that being said, I want to welcome everybody. If you new, welcome here. If you've been here, welcome back. Y'all know how we like to do it. Okay, comment with us and we're gonna comment back. Okay. Now I will say this. I know Wanda just got off an interview and she has said a lot of things. And we do have Kiki with us who have seen the live. And we were actually backstage talking about a few of the things that Wanda said, which we will discuss and get her responses to said interview. However, I want to say this: we will not be addressing. I don't care how many times you put it in the chat. We will not be addressing the comments about Kiki's stepfather allegedly calling them the Nigga, Eora, however you want to spell it. We're not addressing that. We can address some other things, but that we are not addressing. Okay, so I just, I want to make that clear. I will say this: Kiki has said that is the farthest thing from the truth, and without that man here to defend himself, we're not turning this into a race bait thing. So with that being said, I want to welcome everybody that is here. Hey, our cousin Ranting. Hey, Tanisha Rains. How are you? My good sis Barb comment in the chat. Hey, Melissa Haig. How are you? Hey, just simply, how are you, my love? I'm glad to see everybody out. Hey, our brother, so debonair. Okay. Hey, Logger Curves. How are you? Make sure y'all go subscribe to our brother, so debonair. Okay, as well as Logger Curves. Okay, we support all of the content creators around here. Hey, Shade, how are you? What'd you say, Tracy? I wouldn't be your favorite troll if I didn't have any questions, girl. That's my thing. I miss you inboxing me, telling me, girl, I got questions. Hello, Thompson. Hello, how are you? Hey, my good love, Too Feisty. How are you? Okay, yes, come on for Barb with the hearts. Make sure y'all put y'all cuties in the chat as well. Your fleur de lis. Put some purple hearts or some pink hearts for my sister Barb in the chat. Hey, Mrs. Edith, how are you? Girl, we gonna get to it. Logger. We gonna get to it. Hey, Tawana, how are you, my love? And I'm not sure. I just want to hello, Sabrina Copperfield. Hey, J2018. You are on punishment because you be sending me stuff that's gonna send me to hell, and then you ask the Lord to forgive you when you send it to me, leaving me to be in the pit by myself while I'm laughing. J2018 send me them pictures, and people be doing some really messed up stuff, and you want to laugh, and then Jesus pop up in the background, so your laugh get caught like right here. So you like. She has made me spit out many of Coke. And at this point, she owed me like 3 2 liters, 12 24 packs, and about 6 20 ounces because she done made me waste it. Okay. She done made me waste it. Hello, Shakita Benning. How are you? Hello, Lee Pepper. How are you? I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody before we bring Kiki up.
Got Shirley.
Oh, Inez Martin, how are you? You said Shirley in here?
Yep.
Hey, Shirley. I ain't got to your comment yet, girl, but you know I love you, Shirley. Girl, I burned the stage. Hey, Shirley, how are you? Hey, Nicole, Honore, my fave, my Nola babe. Yay. How are you? Who gonna watch The Color Purple?
You want to come on?
Girl, I've been watching The Color Purple all my life.
All my life.
I just watched Behind Did We Do The Color Purple? We'll watch it. Hello, House of the Princess. Hello, Mother. How are you? Come on, leave we appreciate it. Okay. I think I got everybody. Hello, Lizelle. How are you? Hello, Miss Jack of all trades. How are you? So with that being said, we are going to bring Kiki up.
Yeah.
Hey, Kiki. Now, Kiki is out right now. Y'all know she was moving and such, so she was a little delayed. So she will be on camera shortly. Okay. Hey, Cheryl, I seen you creep up in here, but it ain't no fine today because court is tomorrow.
Right.
Shameless plug, like D. Carlos King always giving a shameless plug. Night Court tomorrow and Jocelyn Hernandez will be on trial, okay? And she might even make a special appearance from behind the lock, clank, clank.
Clank.
Okay, but with that being said, hey, Kiki, how are you, girl?
Hey, cute. My boo.
Did that internet drop out?
Unless she on.
Me?
There we go. Girl, now we can, honey.
Okay, hey y'all. Hey. How are y'all?
We good. How are you?
Good. Good. Thank you for having me, ladies. Excited to be here with y'all tonight.
Appreciate you.
Excited to have you.
Thank you. But yes, I am. Of course, I'm in the process of moving, so I am running behind. I apologize for that. I've been going back and forth, getting a whole bunch of stuff done all day long. So I'm just now able to take a breather.
We appreciate you for from all that moving. You know, you be moving 100 times a year. So, I mean, you know
what? It's funny. According to some people, how many times have I moved? Your daughter and your son-in-law has moved way more times than I have. Y'all, I have been in Huntsville for 23 years, and this is my 4th time moving. This is house number 4 that I'm moving to.
Nothing.
Like I said, when me and my husband first got a house, we stayed there for 11 years. We left there and went to another house, but it was smaller. So we moved to a neighborhood that we really liked, that our kids' school was in, Blossomwood. So that was our 3rd time moving, and now we're moving to the new house, which will be our 4th time moving, which is bigger. So your daughter has moved more than I have, and I've been here for 23 years.
Well,
who's counting though? Like, why is that even?
Huh?
We started off a whole lot messier than I had planned on it. I didn't think we was about to touch on something again.
I'm sorry. That's my fault, Kiki. I didn't mean to rile you up. You know, I just really I would just have to get that out because I know you ain't moved.
No, it's okay. It's just crazy when you have people that come out and tell blatant lies on you. It's ridiculous. Like, I can't even count how many lies she told. Almost everything she said was a complete lie. Even down to her saying that she talked to my dad today and what she said. I mean, it's ridiculous. Y'all, it's ridiculous. But I'm happy that people get a chance to see what I was talking about when I said that she compared us all our lives. That's what I've been going through since I was 13 years old with her specifically. Always comparing me and Tisha. And Tisha, like she said, apple don't fall far from the tree. Tisha just like her mama, just in a different way.
I'm so glad you said it.
Wanda has always been very envious and jealous-hearted. And Tisha is the same way. And I'm sick and tired of them treating me in the kind of way. It won't happen no more. And a lot of people, let me say this too. A lot of people, coming out and say, oh, well, Kiki said she was going to spill something before. No, that's not true. I didn't come out and say, oh, I'm going to tell all their business. No, what I said was this. I'm going to start talking about the things that they have done to me. I'm not going to keep quiet anymore about things that I disagree with regarding myself. Not them and their business. Them and their business, I don't give a damn about. I'm talking about the things that involve me. So for people expecting, oh, Kiki says she's going to tell something. I can't wait till she tell it all on Marcel. I ain't telling it on Marcel. Besides what he's done to me, that I'll tell. Other than that, I don't care about their business enough to tell any of it. And tell you the truth. But I'm happy that people got to see what kind of person she is. I'm happy that she showed everybody for herself.
Well, I will say this. We're gonna put a pause right there.
We're button it.
And we're gonna put a button in it because we're gonna be back. Oh, we definitely gonna be back to it.
We're gonna spin the block.
We're gonna spin the block. Okay, because I want you on camera when we're talking about this. Well, why you not on the camera, Kiki? We have a few icebreakers for you. You know how when your girlfriends go out before y'all get into the level, chill. We got a few icebreakers.
Yes, ma'am. Give me a little minute, and you're not gonna be able to see me if I cut the camera on. So I just didn't even want that distraction.
We just need your voice for this part. That's why we're doing this part first. So we get to the messy stuff in a minute. But I'm about to be messy right now because this one right here can actually go for your cousin because it seemed like she liked this type of man being that she married to Denture Grip. So the first icebreaker is, okay, are you mature enough to date someone with a missing front tooth? Kiki will say you. Are you mature enough to date somebody with their front tooth missing? Like right at the front. You know, a lot of people got it at the back.
If we got the money to pay to get it fixed, yeah, I am. But that thing gotta get fixed. It's got to.
Like no ifs, ands, buts. It has to.
No, if it like tomorrow, like the dentist. Is there an emergency dentist like that we can go to now? Because this is a full-on emergency, like right now.
That part.
Right now.
So if you met a man and he was nice from beginning, like, how you doing, ma'am? I would like to take you out for dinner. And then when he smiled, you seen his tooth was missing, you would cancel immediately.
Oh yeah, immediately. Now that doesn't go to say that a man with a missing tooth, you can get to know him and he woo you over time. You know, like he could probably woo me with his personality and charm over time, but that first day, that's a zero chance.
I have to agree.
Yeah. Now over time, if he, I like his personality and he's kind of grown on me, and I'm like, okay, he just got a missing tooth, but we got money, so we can fix that. Then I'll be like, okay, babe, we can grow into some, more serious. But before I introduce you to my peeps, and before you even come over to the house, you're gonna have to get the grill fixed. You got to. You got to close it up.
Barb, I'm not mad. Actually, no, it reminds me of what is it? Two can play that game when what is her name? But she like fixed him up and everything because everything was all jacked up and then
Right, yes.
No, but it's not to play that game. BarbMeetsWorld. Are you mature enough to date somebody?
No, absolutely not. And I'm saying that with a straight face to everybody, all of everybody across all these channels right now. No, Johnny's BarbMeetsWorld. No.
Are you mature enough?
You talking about moi? Now, can I get two questions in before I answer?
The question is as it is.
Can I?
Huh?
Yes, I could. He gotta be fine though. Like I'm talking about, like and I'm with Kiki. Like fix it immediately. And we can't fix it. We gotta go get a grill. Like we just snap the little, and give me a little front. Put your fronts in and let's roll. Nobody got to know. Because if you cute, then you know that's all I'm saying.
I
Yeah,
know.
fair enough. I'm gonna give him a try. I'm gonna give him a try. Because like if his personality is on point, we can fix it too. We good, right? Right. We good.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Well, I'm glad y'all feel
I
that.
agree with Monique. I agree with Monique what she says in the comments.
There is no excuse. Monique
Yes,
King,
when he rocked that
the
Robinson.
troll. Okay, listen. I'm gonna just go ahead and say. I mean, I feel y'all talking about the personality, but if you say, "Excuse me, ma'am," and I turn around and your tooth is missing,
Yeah, it's dead. It's dead.
You don't really got
I
nothing.
think about to get to know your personality. Because what? Why is your tooth like? Why is it first of
Right
all?
in the front
Well,
is
see, it could be a situation where he works somewhere that you go into all the time, or he works with you. You know, it could be one of those situations where y'all see each other all the time, and he's able to woo you over time. That's why I said that.
I'm gonna tell you like this, baby.
Over time, he could get the tooth fixed. Like I don't like.
If we cool like that, I'm gonna be like, stay friend. Why you don't go get your tooth fixed?
because if you might be drinking, you might be more friendlier. You know, if he catch you on a good buzzing time.
Hell no, with that
I don't
tooth.
drink, so he's screwed.
I drink, and with that tooth missing at the front of his mouth, I be say something like, you know, you would be sexy if you had a tooth right here. I'm gonna tell him, ain't no woman trying to date Christian Rock in the male form. We don't think it's sexy when your tooth missing, but speaking of sexy, Kiki, you ready for the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
We are about to play MFK. Oh, child. Which one you marrying? Which one you killing? Hypothetically, unaliving. Hypothetically. Now the one in the black jacket.
Wait.
In all his glory. He plays Lamar. That you got Trevante Rhodes twice, but that is not his name.
No, it's not. Sorry,
that is not his name.
Eric
Kofi. He plays Lamar in BMF. Then of course everybody knows Lenny Kravitz and Trevante Rhodes. I forget. It slips my memory.
He was in Moonlight, and
but he was in Aliens, and he's like in some. Every time, all I know is he usually have a toothpick in his mouth.
That is Lamar from BMF Miss Edith. That is Lamar. That's what he looked like in real life. They got him dirty on the show.
Right. That's what he
look like in real life. Kiki will say you.
Yes, ma'am.
Will say you. Which one of these men you gonna marry? Which one of these men you gonna let hop on the thing? You know what I'm saying? Which one of these men you gonna unalive, girl?
Okay, so I'm going to have to unalive Lenny Kravitz on top.
Oh,
yeah, that's that's not my stilo, not my style. I'm going to have to Eric. Yeah, because Trevante Rhodes, I need him forever.
Woo!
Forever. I mean forever. Yeah.
Cutie.
That's my boo thing. I need him forever.
Yes, Lord. Well, me and Kiki got similar taste. I am unaliving. I'm going straight for the jugular. Unaliving Lenny because I'm not about to be fighting over my wardrobe. You're not about to be
right.
You ain't about to be wearing my glasses, my rings, my watches, and you want me to twist your hair and style it like mine. No. Okay, and then Cutie Pie to all the way to my left in the black jacket because I don't know his name, but I just know him off the show. And they make him so grimy, but it looked like he would he would get in and cook you around and do all kind of stuff that I would like. So I would definitely F him. And then the reason why Trevante's even up on this, why our eyeballs being busted out, because I put him there. That would be the man I married if I wasn't married, honey. Yes, okay, I'm done. I don't even want to go too far with that. My husband might be listening. He get mad.
Wow.
I'm home alone. So I
Well,
can go.
yeah, Barb, tell us about it.
He might be in the comments. So let me stop. Anyway, okay. So just like a little backstory. So when we were getting these graphics together and whatnot, I was totally like, oh my gosh, like Eric, wow, so excited. Until we got the picture of Trevante, and that kind of really threw a monkey wrench in my plans.
Ooh, I'll let him throw a monkey wrench in my plans any day.
Yeah.
Yes, Kiki.
With that being said, yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm going to have to unalive Mr. Eric. Unfortunately, that's probably such a surprise, but
Okay.
I'm going to have to marry Trevante. Like we could probably just gaze into each other's eyes for the rest.
You like them tays, huh? You like them tays.
I do. I can't help it right now. Okay, and then as far as effing, it's gonna have to be Lenny, and I just feel like that would be like a really fun experience. I don't know. It'd probably be like a really fun night, and we could like go to the party or something, and then it just sounds like a good time. One for the books. So that's mine.
So, Lenny gotta go. I'm gonna unalive him today, right this second. He gotta go. Ain't no thought. Like Lenny is somebody I feel like I can party with and he can be the homie, but he can't. But I feel like that would be something. I feel like it'll be something. I feel like that'll probably be an experience. But I'm gonna just let y'all know. Eric was my choice, okay? He was my submission to the group, okay? So, but then I see Trevante. So I was like, I'm gonna marry Trevante, and I'm gonna marry Eric, and I'm Trevante on the side till I can convince them both. You know what I'm saying? To let me be both of their wives. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do polygamy the opposite way.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or we could just all just share one good night together.
Okay. You can mix it up like that.
And I'll go back to my husband. But I feel like Lenny would give you something.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like he would give you something. Listen, I feel like that is what he bring. Lenny Kravitz to me does definitely give BDE. However, he's not attractive to me. Like I have to be turned on both mentally and physically. And mentally, he probably could do it, but physically, it's a no.
It's a no.
No.
I'm with you, girl.
Thank you, Kiki. and with that being said, honey child, who want to ask the first question for Kiki? Because we about to get into the mess. That is Love and Marriage Huntsville. Once again, for those of you who are coming in late, welcome. We are streaming on all 3 channels. Please make sure you like, spin a comment, okay, and subscribe to my good sisters if you are not subscribed to them as well, because they give out good content. They do Roja every Tuesday, okay? Goes down on the channels, and then y'all know we always back and forth between each other's channels as well, along with some self content that we do for ourselves. We are addressing things that Wanda said in her live. However, this interview was scheduled long before Wanda decided to go live. And so we're going to ask the questions that we want to ask in regards to the show. And then we are going to segue into Kiki's response to Wanda. But before we do ask any questions, I want to ask you, Kiki, because child, once we get to the mess, the people ain't going to really care. Because they want to hear the mess. Okay.
Right.
What outside of the show, what do you have going on? I know we've had discussions, but that discussions between us stay between us. So outside of the show, what do you have going on as far as business, as far as work, as far as your kids, whatever you feel comfortable sharing?
Outside of the show, I have some books that I'm getting ready. Well, some works. I'm gonna say some works that I'm getting ready to publish for the first time. Well, I'll be deeming myself an independent author for the first time, because I do have one published work. When I was at the university, we wrote our English book. So I was a published author in that, but now I'm working on becoming an independent published author. And that's one thing I'm working on. I'm also working on some nonprofit things behind the scenes. I don't know if I can share that yet, because they might be, exposing a little bit of that. And some other business concepts that I have that I can't share just yet either. But know that your girl is behind the scenes working her tail off. And it's overwhelming. I've been given, like I have some speaking opportunities that are coming up that I've been given. That's one of the things I wanted to do, kind of merge into motivational speaking. And I have some of my first speaking opportunities coming up. And so I'm excited about that. Like I have one coming up in September in Baltimore, and I'm really excited about that. And it's a few more. So I'm really establishing myself as an entrepreneur, which is why I left my job so many years ago to do that. Exactly what I'm doing now.
Well, that's awesome. That's amazing that you are able to pursue what you actually left your job to do. Kim, girl, give us a sneak peek. Give us a hint. What Shirley said right here. What your book gonna be about? Is it romance? Is it mystery?
Oh my goodness.
Is it autobiography?
Okay.
Is it a
This
new
is the thing. This is the thing. I have one children's book that's already completed.
Okay.
The illustrator has that. Once the illustrator is done and we do the pagination and all that stuff, that can be published. But that was super simple to write. Okay. I could write a children's book in 30 minutes. So I have a novel, and it's called Indifferent Fidelities. And I don't know if y'all get the play on words without seeing it, but it's like it's just kind of like a play on different infidelities. And instead of me saying different infidelities, I say indifferent fidelities, because you have some indifferent things going on in relationships, but you also have some people that are mixing and mingling amongst other people. So they're in different infidelities. So I have that novel. Mm-hmm. And I also have a novel that's an autobiography that I'm working on, which is the story of my grandfather. It's called From Whence I Came. I really want to finish writing that soon. And I have a book that I just started on about myself and my life and where I am, some of the things that I've come through.
Well, I will tell you this.
And I have a million poems. And that's the first thing that I'm going to work on publishing. I have it's a book. It's I think it's going to be more like a journal / calendar and planner. And it's like 3 sections to it, and it's called Hurting, Healing, Redemption. And so people can kind of track themselves. And, in the hurting section, I have poems that, kind of gravitate to being hurt. And in the healing section, I have poems that gravitate to that. And in the redemption section, I have poems that gravitate to coming up out of that hurt, So.
Okay, and now listen, we all just joined a new book club.
Really?
Yeah. So you have to let us know. It's called Brown Sugar Book Chronicles. Okay, it will be coming to the YouTube streets near you. Okay. I'm going to make sure, because what we're going to be doing is reading books by black novelists, black writers.
It's so funny y'all say that. I just talked to somebody today about doing that on YouTube. Start doing my own book club on YouTube.
Yeah. So,
but with everything I have going on, I just don't see me having time to add another thing to
your plate. Right. Yeah. I can pretty much guess that it's very full, but
it's already too much.
I will reach out to Brown Sugar Chronicles. Shout out to my girl. You know who you are. You're not ready to say just yet. But we just actually finished our first book reading. It was amazing. It was a little, hot and steamy with a little mess. Okay. But the thing is, we want to make sure that we're reading from our black novelists. So I'm not going to have this information. Like, once you get your books and they go on the print, girl, let us know so that we can join and support. And speaking of support, y'all make sure y'all follow Ray Ray All Day, Norris Tony. I saw Astute Queen B. Other content creators, if you are in the chat, reach out to one of my mods so they can drop your link in the chat as well, so people can subscribe, because we support everyone around here. So that is amazing. That is good. That is so far beyond the mess. So I did want to ask you what you had going on outside of the show, because girl, and I Kiki, you know, I've been riding for you since the beginning, girl.
Yes,
but now we're about to get into the mess. There is love. There is love in marriage, Huntsville. And my first question, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm coming in hot and I'm coming in messy.
Okay.
And I want to know, do you believe that Tiffany is a production plant, being that she is asking all of the questions that the people are out here saying that other cast is acting like it's not happening? It's not a reality. It's not a judgment. Like, it's not easy to see where these questions would come from. Like, everybody's seeming to be so offended by the questions that she's asking, which I know you guys tape it months before we see it. However, when we hear the stuff, when we see the stuff, everything that she's asking is the general knowledge of what the public is saying. So is the production plan, girl, or is there just some secret pack that we're not going to address this amongst the cast?
I believe that Tiffany is a desperate to save my job plant. So I'm willing to do whatever it is I need to do to make myself stand out and be as relevant as I possibly can. Because if I don't say anything, you know, that's controversial, then I don't have anything else because I'm boring. So I have to say something controversial, and I have to wow the audience and keep people, you know, on their toes. Because if I don't, they're not going to see much more of me. They're not going to want to see much more of me. I mean, you know, watching her is already like watching a commercial. Everybody fast forward. So she wants people to keep the channel on when she's there.
Shit, I'm out of wine.
I'll drink for you.
On that note, okay. Somebody else ask the next question.
I'm gonna bring the messy meter down. I'm gonna ask a more general question. So, currently, do you feel as though the show has deviated from where it was like initially launched from, showcasing, promoting businesses, healthy marriages, stuff like that? Do you feel like it's still in line with that?
I think that it could be. I think that sometimes, because of so many of the things that we have going on in our personal lives, it kind of takes a swing away from the business aspect, and it kind of starts to look at, you know, the mess. What is it that people are going to be intrigued by? Are they going to be intrigued by, you know, somebody starting, you know, this business or that business, or are they going to be intrigued by the mess in their lives?
That makes sense. Because mess sells these days, so that makes
sense. So it's just, you know, the business aspect is still there because we do film those things. It's just that when you have things happen and they're more interesting than you at your business site, you know, it's like, okay, well, we're going to cut the business site and we're going to go with this instead.
It's overshadowed, right? Okay.
Cutie.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do Richie Skies. And I agree with the. We want to know, are we gonna see another? How I want to put it.
Okay, I'm so sorry, but y'all know, like I said, I've been moving all day. I had to come in and take a quick shower. I had to do it. So I couldn't sit down and talk to y'all, you know, so I had to kind of take a shower and freshen up real quick.
You look good, girl. You're looking good. We appreciate
Thank you. I'm praying today.
Is purple your color? Is purple your color?
Oh, yeah.
I must
Of
be.
course.
Must be your purple cup. You got the purple cup. Yeah.
Yes, purple has always been my favorite color. Everything
Girl,
around me is
always
always purple.
Kiki always in purple.
Always.
I love it. I love it.
It's ridiculous. I'm a purple lover, super purple lover.
It's so royal. I love it. I love it. I love
It is. It's so royal. It's so regal. It's just bold and profound and beautiful. And you know what? It just makes me happy.
Yes, absolutely. I feel you on that. So yeah, Richie Skies, I'm sure you probably heard of him. He just wants to know, are you gonna get Tiffany together later on in the season or
Woo! Let me say, don't miss it. Don't miss that. Don't miss that show. I'll say that.
Y'all heard
That-
it. You
that's
all
a
gonna
show.
get together again in the show.
Show that you most definitely do not want to miss. Do not miss that show. That's all I can say about that.
Y'all heard it. See, my sisters, I'm the messy one. I'm the messy one. So I'm gonna ask because I really want to know. I'm not understanding really. Once again, and this kind of ties into my first question. I'm not really understanding what is the actual beef between you and Tiffany. And the reason why I asked that is because even Tiffany saying what she said, I feel like Tiffany said it with her chest, like, yo, I wouldn't be cool with you because of if this is how you do your family, this is how you do me. Versus Stormy, who, you know, we've had conversations and you said on other interviews, so I feel comfortable saying this, actually asked you about your relationship with Tisha, and which you responded and said, me and my cousin are not in a good place at this moment, but I hope better. I hope we
right.
So you still didn't say anything negative. You just addressed where y'all was at that moment. And then
Exactly.
she turned around, gave you the cold shoulder at Mel 7th Heaven. That ain't that lady. 7th Avenue, 7 lanes. Whatever it is,
7th Avenue.
And there's no disrespect to Mel. I'm just really bad with names, right? But she gave you the cold shoulder. She was all in the confessional talking about you. So I don't understand how when she did all of that behind your back and act like, oh, you did this. Meanwhile, she was the one who actually opened up the line of questioning to get an answer and then act like she didn't do it. How can you be cool with her versus Tiffany, who just said it straight up in your face?
Well, like, you know what? It's actually the complete opposite. Really? Tiffany did not own, really what she said. But Stormy is the one who did say, well, yeah, I ain't really know you like that. So, I did say this. I did say, and she also said that she was the one who mentioned Tisha's name originally. She admits that.
Okay,
and that's why
we're missing.
Stormy stood on what she said, and she was like, look, I did say that, and this is why I said it, because I had this perception, and me and Stormy were able to kind of, talk it out, whereas Tiffany was like, well, just really on the defense. Well, I don't know. I don't know how you treat your cousin. You're always making your cousin cry, and you're always coming around saying you claim to be Mel's friend more than Tisha's cousin. You can't reason with somebody that keeps throwing out lies like that. Versus Stormy, who said, you know what, I did say it. I didn't know what was going on at the time. I didn't really know you at the time. I might have put my foot in my mouth. My bad.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out what we missed, right? Because you and I, we're just being honest here. You and I have personal conversations outside of the show, outside of YouTube, outside of an interview, right? And so I know what we had talked about, which, by the way, I never come here and say, and then I know what I saw on the TV. So it was a bit of a disconnect because I didn't understand it was like grace for Stormy and foot on the neck for Tiffany. But what is the actual root? Because it's not translating, and I know.
Well, I've done some interviews, and I want to make this clear too, because that's one of the things that Wanda said is that you be talking to bloggers. No, I don't talk to bloggers. I don't ever give any bloggers any information about what's going on the show, what has happened on the show, about any other cast members. None of that. When I am nice. So I do, when y'all write me and say, hey, how you doing? What you working on? I do respond to general things. But I'm not out here telling people's business to bloggers for them to go out and put information out.
No, we've never had that conversation, and that's
right. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, I'm not alluding to that at all.
People will take that and they'll say, "See, Kiki, be talking to bloggers."
Oh,
no, we don't have those. The kind of conversations that we have are things specific to me, what I have going on, what you might be working on. Books, things of that nature.
Right. No, and then
so I just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah, and let me clear that up. Like when I believe it was your mother-in-law passed, I was checking and
right
how you was doing, and then like I'll hit you, be like about a scene that is specifically to you, and you like, no, girl, that ain't how it went. Da, 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 da. But one thing I can say, I've never came back on my channel, and my sisters can tell you, there has never been a conversation that we have had that have hit YouTube, and is never going to be. So no, please, y'all, don't take that as she's telling me, because I don't know no extra nothing, no extra sauce. If I did, I'd have about 30,000 subscribers right now.
Right, because people will take that.
Was that type of person to betray somebody's trust, but I'm not that type of person. But I just wanted to ask because I just don't understand. It seemed like she came in so hot, and then bam, you was on fire. Which I always say, and I stand by. Don't come shading me or come at me with just a matchbox, and I burn the whole forest down, and people looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, you shade me, you better come with your top tier shade, because my aim is to destroy you. But
absolutely,
and if that is your aim, I can understand that logic, but it's not connecting for the fans.
As far as what
like why? Yeah, like what specifically made it like she got her foot on your neck, you got your foot on her neck? Like, we don't understand.
You know what? I honestly, it just got there. I really don't know, because I didn't understand what the problem was originally. Because I've known Tiffany for a few years now. I didn't just meet Tiffany. I met Tiffany about 3 years ago, and like I mentioned, my son played with Lou on his travel ball team. So, we've gone out of town, traveled to different places together. I've known Tiffany outside of Love and Marriage Huntsville. When she got on the show, her first season on the show, we were doing travel baseball with them. We had picked up some games with them, because my husband has his own team. And let me make that clear too. Lou called and asked if my son could pick up some games with his team, because my husband's team, they were done for the season. So we said, yeah. So we started traveling with their baseball team. So, of course, being a baseball, the wife of the baseball coach, you get to know all of the different moms that are on the team. Tiffany and I had many conversations. When she first got onto the show, I went to her and I would talk to her about, I welcomed her to the show. I would talk to her about things that was going on the show. I would console her. I would let her know I supported her. When she was crying over that whole monster thing, I went to her and I was like, you know what? I'm sorry that, everybody's making you feel that way, but it'll blow over, just trying to keep her encouraged, It's just crazy. I rode in the car with Tiffany before, because she had to drop me off at my car, and we had a little conversation about some things. We had many times where we conversed and kind of connected, right? So fast forward to when I get on the show, which is years after all of these interactions. Not only are you going to my cousin saying, well, I wouldn't trust her, because if she'll do that to you, then she'll do that to me. So Tisha comes back to me and she's telling me, oh, well, Tiffany came to me and she was just pretty much throwing you under the bus, saying that every time she sees you claiming that you're Mel's friend, and you never claimed or professed to be my cousin, but you're always claiming to be, Mel's friend, and you pretty much side with Mel against me. And I'm like, what even gives her the right to say that? She's never seen that. I never professed to be, Mel's friend over your cousin. She's never seen any of this happening. So what gives her the right to just make that assumption as far as what type of person I am, especially when she's known me and met me before today? Now, this isn't the first time she's been exposed to me now. If it were, I'd understand that. But it's not like me and Tiffany don't know each other. And then she goes with that, well, I don't know her. And it was the lies for me. So as I kept calling her out on the different lies that she was telling, she got more and more frustrated. And then I find out all this stuff that she's saying about me to different people around town. And I'm like, I've never done anything to this girl. Why she always got my name in her mouth? What's the issue? You know, not only have I never done anything to this girl, I've never gone around and talked about this girl to anyone. So I don't know why she's coming for me. She says that I was coming for her. No, she was coming for me, and I responded to her coming for me because I didn't understand why. And I still don't understand why. Even now, when today, you know, people are sending me receipts that she was the one who released, you know, the whole Crime Stopper thing for bloggers to put out, you know. And she
girl,
said
that was one of my questions. So I'm glad you mentioned it. It was definitely one of my questions because I was gonna ask, do you believe it was her or do you believe it was your daddy's sister? Because I ain't about to call that lady your auntie.
I know it was Tiffany who sent these things because they provided me proof of that. Yeah. So I know it was Tiffany who sent, you know, things trying to get clear.
Just to be clear, you are saying here today that Tiffany Lou, 1974, according to my cousin Auntie, Deaconess Board, always dressed for the first Sunday of the month, where it's commune and
don't you know?
Is the one who sits.
To be ready for the Lord.
Watches the stuff on you. Like, it was that deep behind this show.
No, she sent bloggers the stuff from
the bloggers.
For them, because at first, you know, people hadn't put it out like on social media and stuff. You know, it had come out in Huntsville, but even people weren't really. Only a few people were kind of like privy to it. Me and my husband, we knew before everybody knew. You know, so we were already dealing with the situation. So when I found out that Tiffany was the one who put it out there, who was shopping it around for people to be like, hey, put this out there about Keke, y'all. Look, this might be Keke. Put this out there about her. And not only was she, you know, doing that, she was saying some other things too that she's been saying to other people around town. Like, reality TV would be perfect for her because she has nothing else going on. And I'm laughing like, you have no idea. I thought you didn't know me, but you know what I have going on. You just said you don't know me, but now you know I have nothing going on. Make that make sense. You said that you didn't even know what kind of car I drove, yet and still you're sending people the Crime Stoppers thing, and you're saying that looks like her car. How'd you know that if you don't know what kind of car I drive? See, it's the lies for me. She didn't know that we were recently moving. So people are coming back to me telling me, you know, my son is transferring schools. So people are telling me, you know, well, Tiffany's going around saying, like, how are you going to move your son to Spartan? Trying to indicate like you're going to do something illegal, like try to use somebody's address and, you know, like, well, how is she going to do that? They don't live in this area. Well, you said you had no idea where I live. So do you know me or do you not? Which one is it? You know? So that's frustrating. It's just a lie.
I got a question.
I don't know what Tiffany's issue is. I don't know why she went to Tisha to talk about me in the first place because, like she said, she admitted, okay, I wasn't, and mind you, I didn't bring up what happened at Mill's Christmas party. She did. She goes and she says, I don't even know what happened at Mill's Christmas party. I didn't hear anything. Okay, so you've never seen me and Tisha together. You didn't hear about anything that happened, or you weren't present for any conversation that I had about Tisha at Melody's party. So why are you going to Tisha saying that you don't know if you can trust me because I threw her under the bus? Okay, well, how did I throw her under the bus in your opinion? Where do you get that from? You've never seen us interact. So basically, I feel like she's just making up something just to lick up and kiss up behind, you know, Tisha and any other cast member who's been there already so that she can maybe solidify her place on the show. But it's like, baby, I'm not your competition. Little do you know. I think, well, what people tell me is that there was so much buzz being created around me being on the show, and I was filming a lot. And Tiffany started to feel threatened, like, well, why is she getting the film? You know, all this. Well, why am I not filming, you know, this, and why am I not filming as much as her? And so then she started kind of getting her feelings and get jealous and just sabotage me for no reason.
I always questioned when that scene came up where you threw out, and I know my dad was that did they slice that scene up? Because I felt like it just came out of nowhere and it made you look bad. Or
right. This was the context of that scene. What wasn't shown is, now this did happen at the spa party, right?
Okay.
When we were at the spa party where we got into it. Hold on, my screen kind of messed up a little bit. Okay, there we go. When we were at the spa party where me and Tiffany had our conflict, right before that, me and Tisha were talking about some family history, because I had just left the hospital. I had a hospital break.
Y'all hit that
like button while we wait.
About, huh?
Oh, the internet had cut you out, so you have to repeat whatever was the last thing you just said.
Okay, I'm sorry. I said I had an internet. I mean, not the internet. I had a hospital bracelet on.
Yeah.
And me and Tisha were talking about why I had just left the hospital. I had to have some tests done. So we were talking about family history as far as my paternal side, what runs on our family side, you know, like breast cancer, what types of diabetes, you know, because Tisha knows more about the diseases on my paternal side than I do. So as we were talking about that, Tiffany interrupted us and was like, oh, wait, so you know your dad? And I was like, I just kind of answered, like, I thought it was awkward, but I was just kind of like, yeah, I know my dad. And so when we walk off, I thought it was awkward, but I said, you know, maybe I'm tripping, so I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let it go, you know. So Tisha says to me, did you hear how she tried to shade you? I said, when she asked me about my dad, she said, yeah. I said, you think that was shade? She said, absolutely, she was trying to shade you. I said, I thought so, but I didn't, you know, want to make something more than what it really was. So I meant to address it then, but I didn't get to address it then. So when we're arguing at the tea, and I'm stating my point, what I'm really doing is going back in my head and answering that question the way that I really should have answered it the first time that she asked. But I was so stumped, I didn't know how to answer it, you know. But I did intend on addressing that. What I didn't do is explain what it was that I was saying. Like Tisha got it when I said it. She knew what I was referring to, you know, but nobody else did. So it looked like it was a dig at Tiffany. Because if you notice, I said, and yes, I do know who my father is.
Yes.
You know, or I said, yes, by the way, yes, I do know who my dad is. Because when she asked, she just asked in such a shady way, like, you know, I know my dad. You know the story about, you know how me and Tisha are cousins. You've seen this show. You know that Wanda is my dad's sister. You know all of that. So why would you just interrupt our conversation to up and be like, oh, so you know your dad? Like, who doesn't know their dad? Of course I know my dad. Most people know their dads. So that's where that came from.
Got it. I knew it. I knew we was missing something. I knew we were.
Yeah, that was the piece, and it didn't make sense because I should have explained that statement before I made it.
Yeah, because listen, I was like, Lord, I've been riding with Kiki from the beginning, and she got me out here looking like a fool. Like, girl, why you just stand on it with your chest? Like, girl, because I really, when I saw it and the way they mixed it together, It was like you didn't call her about finding her dad, and then we see the comment from you. I know who my dad is, and I really was like, because even in my review of it, I said, "Damn, I love Kiki. You know I love you, but I wish you would have just stood on it." It was like, bitch,
Right.
my dad is. You needed to find your pulse, so you should have called me. Like that's the way it
Now,
came
if
up.
I would have mentioned that way, I would have stood on that. And I would have said that. There ain't no shame in my game. But because I didn't really mean it that way, I was really trying to explain, what my head process, where I was coming from.
Right, because
Although
you
people don't understand it.
listen, I tell you, hey, T Talk with your girl. Somebody put T Talk with your girl link in the chat. Because I'll call you and I'll be like, nah, Kiki, girl, I love you, but girl, you was down bad. Like,
Right.
we've had them conversations because I am not above talking about everybody. Like I am for what's right. If it's right, it's right, it's wrong, it's wrong. And I judge it based on how it comes across on the screen. So with that being said, girl, I gotta ask, girl, is there a plot by your cousin or other key players on the show to make it seem like Tiffany Lou baby ain't for Louis? Because when you insinuate that a pregnant woman has been cheating on her husband, it kind of insinuates that baby might not be his.
I have not heard of any plot. I did hear about, her allegedly cheating on her husband, but I don't even know if that's, factual or not. That's just something that I heard. But I have not heard anything about a plot to
cheating,
do anything like that. What'd you say?
I said, well, when she is cheating, put a girl,
No,
but I don't believe she is though. I don't believe she is though. But
I honestly don't see that either. But I don't know.
Kiki, girl, I gotta keep it 100 with you, girl. I was so mad with you. I was so mad with you during that scene because I'm like, Kiki, this is your same cousin who will throw you under the bus. Like, why are you having this conversation with her? Your same cousin who cries about people trying to destroy her marriage.
Because that's why she mentioned it. Because Tiffany had said something about her marriage.
Girl, but what Tiffany said is facts. How you 85, 80, 70, how you, whatever the percentage number is, how are you the majority owner and you get put out? That doesn't make any sense.
Now, that doesn't make sense to me either.
I mean, what she said was reality. What she said, when there's smoke, there's fire. And I don't care how much your cousin tried to put on a girdle and put that tussle in titties and said that wasn't him. Girl, when she showed him on that boat and he was talking about his shoulders was shouldering, that damn show looked like the same back that was laid up in that hotel room. So he said, where there's smoke, there's fire. It's been too many rumors, along with the current rumor that's going along that while she getting her face beat, he clapping her makeup on his cheeks. That's the current rumor right now. And I'm not asking you to confirm or deny that. But what I'm saying is what Tiffany said is nothing more than what's already being said. She didn't say Tisha was cheating on her husband. She was speaking in regards to what's already out there by her husband, and which her husband plays in her face on lives when you ask if you cheating with linebackers or you're cheating. When you ask about being cheating with linebackers or cheating, and he only answers the fact that he does not cheat with linebackers. So she was speaking on how her husband disrespects her, how her husband minimizes her, and basically, once again, stating what we as the public say. So that's not the same as insinuating that somebody cheated on their husband. That's a different inference to me when somebody says your husband treats you bad.
Well, I think that I'm trying to think of what it was. There was something else that she said besides the office thing. Oh, what was it? It was something else that Tisha mentioned that Tiffany said. I can't remember what it was because for her to say that, it was like a couple of things. And she was like, she better stop talking about my marriage, you know, because this is going around about her marriage. So she's saying all this stuff about my marriage. She need to be worried about her own. And she addressed a couple of things, but I cannot remember what the other issue was or what the other thing that Tiffany said was. I don't remember.
Okay, but because I just needed clarification of that.
But then too, you know, you
mad at you. I was like, Kiki, don't you fall back into this taking Tisha's side. No. Like, listen.
Well, I mean, you have to really think about it and put things into perspective. As far as she and I were trying to rebuild. I know that's the kind of relationship that we had. We had the kind of relationship where we could talk to one another about, you know, different things that was going on, different things that people might have been saying when they were coming at us, you know. So because we're in a state where we're trying to rebuild, and because Tiffany is coming for me for no reason, of course I'm gonna side with Tisha and talk to her about, you know.
No. It wasn't about you siding with Tisha, more so on the fact of, okay, listen. Her and her husband, and her by way of telling her bald mouth husband your business, and him going and spew it, which ultimately, if she would have kept cousin stuff between cousins, he wouldn't have had nothing to go spew, right? Oh my God! All right, I guess the internet not working. The internet dropped down.
Y'all hit the like button.
While we doing it, hit the like.
Hope you guys are enjoying the interview. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself.
And still drop your questions and stuff in the chat, and we'll definitely get into that. We'll try to answer all the questions. Just bear with us, y'all.
Right, over 200 in the chat. We are streaming on 3 channels. Over 200 in the chat.
You guys hit like subscribe to our channels if you have not, please.
And subscribe. Make sure y'all not only liking, but y'all are commenting and y'all are subscribing.
Stay a while.
Stay a while. Come on, have some drinks.
But
no, let's wait a while.
Getting like some valuable like feedback right now, though.
Right. Like, it's helping you guys, or
like actually answering the questions that you guys have been wondering probably this whole season since day one, probably actually.
Gloria Moore, what's not good at all, and Christine Lambert, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate it. Hi, gorgeous queens, love y'all. We love y'all too.
What's not good at all?
Loving your questions, Nola girl. Of course, because you know I'm a bit messy. My sister's not messy. I'm the messy one. Okay, so we've already determined this earlier today. I'm the messy one, Cutie's the nice one, and Barb just kind of like, whatever.
I'm a Gemini, so one day I might be messy.
We're rolling with it. But
Valerie, my sister in the chat.
Come out there next month so we can have that space game.
There she go. I'm gonna bring it back to the space game now. Man, I can't wait for us to have to whoop this behind.
Cheryl been a member, but welcome my Liberian Cayenne Pepper.
Yeah, sometimes it knocks you out just to put you back in and make sure you are a member.
Right. It's crazy. The StreamYard is very crazy.
Yeah.
Cut us some slack. Am I being mean? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get an understanding. I'm not trying to be mean. I promise I'm not, because I love
you. Just being direct, and that's what an interview is, geared at.
I promise I'm not trying to be mean.
Yeah, because we could be going way harder with. Well, it is going to get a little bit,
That'll go, my girl.
Going on.
All right, Kiki. And I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm sorry, y'all.
Somebody told me to cut you some slack, so I'm sorry if I'm coming across me. I'm just asking.
No, you're good. You know what? I was trying to plug my charger up, and I was having a difficult time doing it with it on this stand. So, but no, you're good.
Gotcha.
I promise you, I do well under pressure. I'm fine, honey.
Okay. Well, we are enjoying this interview. I'm so glad you're back with us once again, so we can get right back into it. Barb, do you have a question, or do you guys remember where we were left off at?
Well, I think we left off. I know I said that, me and Tisha were in a place that we were trying to, reconnect and get back together. And I think Nola was saying, you had said something, I believe, Nola.
Oh, I was saying, like, it was just being the fact that you were already thrown under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Why would in that moment you just be a little bit more careful? Like, not rebuild, because I've told you several times outside of this, and you can attest to that. I want you and your cousin to genuinely make up out, like, in the show, outside the show, whatever. Make up. And I felt like whatever the parents did as far as putting y'all to odds with each other on who's the better, like, y'all adults now, override that.
Right.
Y'all relationship that. So that's not the thing. But my thing is, why wouldn't you be cautious? Because we all see how stuff get clipped and edited, right? To look us. So why wouldn't in that moment, even though y'all were rebuilding, you wouldn't be cautious?
Honestly,
because if they edited a certain way, it would look like you were the one who's saying it and not her, and she may not have your back. So I wanted you to be a little bit more cautious. I'm just being honest.
And I can see that, but honestly, in that moment, the reason I was not more cautious is because it was Tiffany. Had it been anybody else, I had beef with Tiffany, so I didn't care if it got back to her that I said what or what. I could not
stand with your chest. I like that.
Like, seriously, I could not care less. If she wanted, she could come at me if she wanted to, and I was gonna meet her right back with the same fire that she came. Although I was not the one that said it, I would have held my own, and I would have cleared that up and made sure that it was known how it really went down. The same thing I've been doing when everybody keeps saying, "Oh, well, you brought up Tisha," and I'm like, no, I did not. I argued that for a whole freaking season, but I knew I didn't, so I was not going to cave on that, and I'm not the type of person that is going to cave. When I feel something, I feel it strongly, and I'm going to argue to the death of me.
We saw that.
I ain't letting up.
We saw that you was arguing with the pregnant woman, let everybody tell it, but I'm like, but she arguing back.
Right, the pregnant woman was arguing with me.
That's what I'm saying. You was matching the energy. You can't, can't receive it. So I wasn't saying it in a bad way. I was saying it like,
if you don't want anybody to argue with you pregnant, then shut up pregnant.
Hey, that's what it goes. That's how it go. That's how I feel.
Full agreement with that.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
So my thing is, I've been pregnant 3 times before. 3 times. I know how it works. I'm not new to this whole mommy thing. And all 3 times I was pregnant, I knew that there were still certain things I couldn't say. And that's what I think that Tiffany misses sometimes. One thing I never agree with Marcel, but the one thing I do agree with him on is when he called her a Karen, because I had been calling her a Karen even before I saw that he had called her a Karen. Because she always in somebody's business. And like, girl, mind your own business. Stick your nose somewhere else. Over there, preferably, not over here. And that's how I felt about the whole, her going to Tisha saying, well, your cousin is this and this and this. That's not your business, and you don't know what you're talking about. And you're stirring up more mess that we're trying to move past.
So I'm going to pass it. I have one more question, and I'm going to pass it on to my sisters.
Okay.
Is there or has there been any person on the cast who have come to you now that they know how Tisha and Marcel snaked you from the beginning of this show, since you were supposed to be on it? Also saying with Carlos King actually coming out and admitting when he did his reviews of the reunion last year with his raindrops. I'm sorry, I had to be a little shady. And saying you have always been there, because we had Kimmy who said she was surprised you were there because you never been around. We have Carlos King admitting you were at actual events that were for male, you just were not mic'd up. So has there been anybody who apologized to you for viewing you in a way that you snaked your cousin, or you were not loyal to your cousin, being that now the truth is out there that, hey, this is what they did to you first with the same person they're accusing you of snaking them to. They have apologized and say, yo, we didn't know this part. Has there been anybody amongst the cast?
Yeah, my girl Stormy. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And of course, Mel knew I was wrong. She knew. So, she didn't have to. We were on one accord when it came to how they were moving, because when everybody was like, Keke was there, and everybody was shocked, like, Keke there, I was dumbfounded, like, what do you mean Keke was there? I was confused about what the confusion was. It's not like it's not normal for me to be there. So, but hey, I was like, okay, well, y'all play to the cameras then. I see how we gonna do this game. Let's do it then. If y'all want this to be the little game that we play, then it's just gonna be the little game that we play.
Can I ask one more basic question?
To
my sisters, do you schedule fellatio with your husband like your cousin do?
Oh, snap.
Absolutely not. I do not. It's impromptu. Whenever I feel like it.
Open her mouth wide and laugh.
No,
us here.
It's nothing that has to be, our sex life is nothing that has to be scheduled. It's just something that we just do. It's fun though.
Put you on that part. With that,
but like, who does like schedule? To each his or her own. That's not what happens over here. The only time we schedule it is like if my husband, like, he might text me and say, I'm on my lunch break, be ready in 30 minutes. And I'm like, okay.
That part.
That's the only time we schedule it.
I think we all see each other on that one. But
when they coming home, they done had boys' night out, and they come and they lay up beside you in that spoon position, and they push you.
Right.
To see if you woke, and you two-step booty quick, your two-step booty back to make sure, I'm woke. What you trying to do?
The little poke. And you know what? It's funny. That's why I had to hurry up and come home and freshen up and stuff, because my husband stood at the other house. So he texted me and he like, look, leave the kids at home and come back. We got to christen the new house.
And I wish you happy christening of that house. Okay, the steps if it got steps, the island and the kitchen if it got an island.
Right.
The stove, make sure the burner's turned off. The washing machine is the rinse and the spin cycle.
Hey, we gotta clean up. Okay. Make sure it's move-in ready.
I'm cool with that. Well, with that being said, and in lieu of the backstage and this person said this and that, are you happy overall with how you've been depicted on the show?
I wouldn't say that I'm 100% happy with the depiction, because especially how they had me come in. So many people have this impression like that I'm really this shady cousin, which is so funny. It couldn't be further from the truth. People, it's so crazy how when I got ready to come on the show that season, because I had been asked to even come on first season, and it wasn't the time. So I declined that time because I was like, no, it was too messy then. I wanted to avoid the mess with Mel and Tisha, because behind the scenes I was in that mess. Okay, off camera I was already involved. So I didn't want to go into the middle of that mess because it kept getting worse and worse and worse. So I was like, God, just please let things die down and I can make my entrance then, because I don't want to be caught up in the middle, So when Mel called me and asked, hey, you want to come on this season? I'm like, yeah, sure, because at the reunion, Tisha and Mel, they had said that they were putting aside their differences and moving forward. And plus, at that time, me and Tisha weren't talking all the time anyway. So I took that for what it was worth. I thought they were moving forward. But she asked me to come on to the show. I called Tisha immediately and say, hey, Mel asked me to come on. I'm going, come on. I'm happy I get to film with you and Mel. She like, okay, cool. She ain't real excited, but she like, just, be careful because I think they might try to turn us against each other. I said, well, why would that happen? They can't do that if we don't allow them to. And she was like, I just got a feeling that's what they, gonna try to do. And I said, well, Tisha, look, let's just put it all out there. Let's be honest about where our relationship is, and let's, let people know, let people in on our relationship, let them know the struggles that we've had, let them know that we're trying to get back to a good place. That's why all that stuff about the things that she said about me in the past came up, because we were being honest with our relationship. We weren't coming on like we were just best of cousins at that time, because we weren't. That wasn't the truth. So when she sees me come on with Melody, she knew I was going to the party and all of this. She flipped the whole script on me and like, oh, you coming in to be against me? And I'm like, what? No, how am I coming in to be against you? You knew that, my enemy was asking you something about my marriage, and you answered, yeah. Only thing I said, I answered that to the best of my abilities, honestly, as I could. And the only thing I said was, yes, of course, there have been rumors. Who hadn't dealt with rumors? Yes, there have been rumors. However, she has not found any of these rumors to be true. That's what I said. Specifically. That's it. So I'm team male and I'm going on against you because I said that. So since they wanted, that was their ploy. They're the ones who set up this beef between us because she wanted to take that way instead of taking, really she was mad I was on the show, to tell you the truth. They were mad that I was on the show. That's just all it was. She's never wanted me to be a part of that show because anytime she and I were in an environment together, she's never liked the fact that, I was always very articulate and outspoken, and I could walk into a room and talk to anybody and shine, and she gonna sit in the corner and say nothing, and get overlooked all night. So she's always hated that aura about me. Always. She didn't want me on the show.
That's funny you say that because when Tisha first came on the show, she did, she didn't speak as well as she does now. Her voice was kind of shaky. I used to always say, she gonna have to get a backbone. If you're gonna be on this show, you gonna have to find your backbone because all that shaky talk when you talk. So I can see you as a more outgoing one. The weird thing to me is that you guys seem like y'all should be an ally within each other. I don't understand why, how that can happen.
Yeah.
Y'all, the way y'all even look alike, not like y'all look so much alike, but like y'all look like sisters. Y'all look like family.
Yeah.
It's so disappointing to see. When you first came on, I was pumped. Like, okay, dang, they look so much alike. She got her cousin on here. That might give her, somebody that she can fall back on, or somebody that can, have her back. And
And it would have been that way if that would have been the way that she would have played it. But no, they wanted to be against me because they honestly didn't want me on the show. And then more so, being the Mitch that he is, he has a lot to do with that too.
That's what I call him.
Okay,
yeah.
So being that we are here, and before I go that we are streaming on 3 channels. Make sure you guys are liking. It is 207 of y'all. We like when our likes match. Okay, yeah, better like all that. Somebody, one of my moderators, I know I have a few in the chat. Can y'all please put Jeremy Speaks?
Yeah, hey Jeremy.
Hey Jeremy. You want to see some good melanated skin? Okay, that can be glowing. He can have on a light, not have on a light. He could be sitting in the darkness with just a computer light. The skin is skinny, okay? But it's also some good content. So y'all make sure y'all put Jeremy's link in the chat so people can go and subscribe to him along with T-Talk with your girl, along with DeQuasia G. DeQuasia, I know you ain't drop yours, because we about to have a whole problem. But me and that you said what you said. Now we're gonna bring it back to this woman that is your daddy's sister.
Okay.
And I promise you I am trying, because that is your daddy's sister. to ask these questions with all respect.
The number one hood rat. Yeah.
Hood bitching, as you said last season.
Absolutely.
But I am going to ask this. So she did a live last season on Facebook and said that Tisha, her, basically she alluded to the fact that everybody knew you were coming on the show and everybody was okay with you coming on the show. But you switched up the game plan and went against the family, alluding to the game plan was to go against Mel. So
yeah, that was what she wanted me to do. That's not
so
what I was going to
do. So everybody knew you were coming on the show. And can you confirm or deny that there was a conversation that they wanted you to go against Mel? If not Tisha and Marceau, your daddy's sister.
Yes, she came to me.
Like they knew you were coming on a show and you went against what they wanted you to do.
She came to me and she said, Keke, what you need to do and how you can, get your followers and stuff is you need to go on there. You need to go against Mel. You need to go at Mel. Because look at Destiny. Destiny didn't go in that Mel and look at her followers. Everybody who go at Mel, they become real popular. Look at me. I say all this stuff about Mel, and I was not going to do that. Why would I go against her? She's never done anything to me. Nothing wrong. I'm not that type of person.
You're not a follower.
I was not going to come on TV and pretend that I had a problem with her just because, especially when y'all don't really want me on the show anyway. She genuinely does. Why would I go on here and have a problem with the same person who let me know that y'all were the ones dogging me behind my back? Why would I go on against her? Why? I was not going to do that. So yeah, they got pissed because I decided not to go on and go against Mel like they wanted me to. I wasn't going to do that. For what? What did she do to deserve me going on there against her? That wouldn't have been fair to her. And I'm going to do somebody like that looked out for me against somebody who went and dogged me out? Nah, it don't work that way. And that's not Keke. That's not who I am. Why would I do that? That's stupid. So I gave her the finger and they pissed about that.
Oh, child.
Barb, you got a question?
Not yet, but I was thinking maybe we could ask one of the questions that
I thought a few questions. Yes. So I want to go with Shirley's question. Have other family members tried to talk to Wanda about her bad behavior?
People might say something. Yeah, they might say something, give their opinion on something. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to no avail.
So I want to ask this question right here because it ties in once again to that question I said about Carlos King. This is why is Kimmy always coming at Keke? So Kimmy in her confessionals, and I hate to go back to last season because we're in the current season, but girl, y'all don't leave us alone for about 2-3 weeks out the year. Y'all with us summer, spring, fall, winter, and I'm
right. We do. We film a lot.
Y'all don't go away. Y'all don't go the hell away. But she act like she was so surprised in her confessional to see you at the event, and then that was so we saw the episode, we saw the confessional where she said that. Then you went on Facebook and you posted the CVS, and if you go to CVS, y'all know CVS receipts about this long, okay? Receipts of all the events that Mel had invited you to that you were at, and then it came down to
that stem back from years.
It came down to the reunion, and Carlos was doing his reviews with Dustin Ross. And he stated, I don't know why anybody is acting like this. Keke has always been around. She just hasn't been mic'd up. And we thought that she was a good personality to bring on the show, is what Carlos King said.
Right.
So, with that being said, what is the issue with you and what's that girl name? Kimmy.
You know what? I have no idea.
Y'all have had conversations about Keke.
The only thing,
Tisha, as well, because you know, I mean, listen, it kind of seems like everybody just drink Tisha Kool-Aid. Like ultimately, Marceau calling anybody a Karen is highly ridiculous to me when he's married to the biggest one. I'm sorry, I know that's your cousin, but you know I'm gonna keep it 100 across the board.
Hey, I respect your opinion. I respect your opinion. That's how you feel. I know you got to call it like you see it. So the thing is hold on. I was about to answer something before I say that. What was the question? You asked me something. What was it?
About Kimmy. What is the issue?
Oh yeah, that's what okay. So I have no idea why Kimmy. I felt like she kind of switched up on scene, and I noticed that at Neil's pajama party, at her Christmas party. When we talked, it was a completely different vibe, and what I felt like is maybe she had a conversation, with Tisha or maybe her husband, and they was like, "Look, we Scots, we got to stick together." Don't get in that Tisha Keke mess. If Tisha don't want her around, then you don't get into that, blah blah blah. And of course, Tisha and Marceau have fed them a whole bunch of lies throughout the years that I'm sure they believe, which I can prove a lot of them aren't true. And I have proved some of them weren't true with receipts. I have receipts, to back up a lot of things that I've said. So I don't know if they, made some kind of pact or agreement that they were just going to stick to all things Scott. So when I saw Kimmy at Mel's pajama party, and she was looking at me like, or acting kind of like, what you doing here? I was kind of thrown off. Like, what you mean with them? Like the vibe was weird to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so another question. And I hate to keep referring back to that season, but it has been said that edited footage of the reunion left out a part where you allegedly sponsored a portion of Black. And I'm saying sponsored because it's alleged that you have not received your money back for this alleged sponsorship of Black. Is that true or no?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know anything about a sponsorship. I've never done anything.
I mean, I'm saying sponsorship, but it was like you gave some money and it was supposed to give it back, but you ain't got it back.
Oh, that was dealing with one of the issues that they go around lying about. That was dealing with a Beyonce concert. That was dealing with that.
It wasn't about Black, but basically you gave them some money and they ain't give it back.
Well, I gave it to Tisha, and she didn't give it. She kind of shaded me on that. She did give it back way after she was supposed to. Finally, she gave it back. Yeah.
Okay, because I have.
And then they go around and they go around and lie and put out misconceptions like, oh, we did so much for you. You did no more for me than I've done for you. Truth be told, we've done things for one another. Mm-hmm. I borrowed money from you. You borrowed money from me. I paid you back everything I owed you. You paid me back everything you owed me. But I'm not around here talking about all the things that I've done for y'all throughout the years. Hmm. Truth be told, y'all really haven't done shit for me, for real. So stop lying and telling people that. That's just so crazy to me. But you know what? The apple don't fall too far from the tree, because when I tell you, they got it from the biggest liar.
Speaking of the biggest liar, let's go ahead and get into this interview tonight that your
yeah.
dad and sister had. And I'm gonna continue to say your dad and sister because this is about the nicest thing that I can
That
say.
hood rat.
Your words, not mine.
That's about the nicest. Yeah, absolutely my words, 100%. That's about the nicest thing I can say.
Um, so she did a live on Instagram prior
To
to
go
this
on live.
live that she did on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So is there, and I mean, I'm looking at you, I look at her, and outside of the cleft palate look, you look more like her than Tisha look. However, she alluded to the fact
I
that
look way better, honey. 10 times better.
what I mean is there's a family reason.
Tell me to that ghetto trash. No, ma'am. I look way 10 times better.
Jesus help me. She, she alluded to the fact that your father, which is her brother, is indeed not your daddy. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's the first place I'm gonna have to start. Cause girl is your daddy. Your daddy is the DNA. Like, cause she trying
Girl.
to play your mama like she was out here bending over, busting wide open. Like,
Which is a complete lie. And see, this is the thing. Now she's to the point to where she already hot and bothered that I'm on the show and in her daughter's space. And she does not like that. So now she feels like, oh well, I gotta bring her down. She's desperate. I gotta bring her down by any means necessary. Even if that means playing dirty and lying. Like lying through her teeth. When I tell you the things that I heard that she said on that live, I know 90% of it, and I'm sure it's more. At least 95% of what she said is a lie. As God is my witness, and these are things that can be proven. Okay, so in some ways, I was happy that she did it because I think I said this early, but I wanted people to be able to see her for herself. She put herself out there. Now people can see what I've been dealing with since I was 13 years old. That's what I've been dealing with. That's the kind of stuff. And that's why she and my dad would argue back and forth, about me and Tisha, because she would say some kind of low blow about me. And my dad would feel the need to, to defend me. And they go back and forth about who daughter better, who daughter got the biggest house, who daughter got the biggest, this, who daughter got the most money, who always, and she was already like when I had the addiction problem, she was already, they were so happy about that because finally they felt like Tisha could finally get the up on me. So really they were happy about this whole thing that they try to act like they were, oh, I'm so hurt about. They reveled in it, and that's why they went around town telling people the things, the fabrications that they told people, honestly. So y'all just people just don't know. But I'm happy that people got to see a taste of that tonight. But my thing is stop the lying. But it's cool because now I can prove that you are a liar. I can prove to you that she's lying about me getting fired from my job. I never got fired from my job. That I can prove. Like, my boss watched the show, and I talked to her, my former boss. I talk to my former boss all the time. So what I look like up here lying about turning in my 2 weeks and my boss watching me like, she lying. Like, that would be so stupid. And then, for her to say something as low as I was doing something with a student, baby, find one student, find one that can say that I even flirted with them. I guarantee you can't. I would bet my last dollar that you can't even find one. But I did trip her up when I said, well, you know what? Yeah, I did sleep with one student. And she was like, oh, really? She thought she had me. I was like, yeah, I did. She was like, well, it's out about you sleeping with that student. I said, well, everybody know anyway. She like, how would everybody know? I said, because it's my husband. While I was in school, he went back to school. While I was teaching, he went back to school to finish his degree for free. That's the only student I ever did anything with. Okay?
Hey.
So yeah, I was sleeping with that student. Outside of that, never.
Pause. Pause for the course. Make sure y'all like you. So, girl, you know me. I gotta answer that question. So, I mean, and I know this because my aunt was a dean at Xavier. I was able to go and benefit from tuition being paid. My sister was able to go because of that connection.
Right.
To my aunt, my girl. So, when you ain't had no class, she was calling your husband up in there like, I ain't got no class. You ain't got no class.
No, we never got raunchy at the school. You know, we never even thought to. We could just go home. You know,
I thought you was around there having fun. I wasn't about to be mad at it. I swear to God, I wasn't about to be judgmental.
But we didn't. You know, we honestly didn't. But this is the thing: if I had done something inappropriate with a student, that would have been on the news. Okay.
You
so that in itself, that's defamation, slander, all of that. Because when I tell y'all she is straight up lying, I'm like, I can't believe it, but it's just unreal to sit and watch somebody really sit there and lie on you. It is unfreaking real. She lied on my mom. You know, my dad, and he knows this. They talked about it all the time around me. My dad was my mom's first. He tell me that all the time. My mom was 15 years old when she got pregnant with me. She wasn't thinking about marrying my daddy. After she had me, my mom stopped my dad from seeing me and cut my side of the family off. And one day going around talking about, oh, she mad because he married a beautiful woman. Now, he did marry a beautiful woman. I love my stepmom. My mama, Maxine, is the best stepmom I could ask for. That's my chick. Love her to death. But no, my mom and my dad getting married was never in the cards. By the time my mom had grown up, you know, past 15 years old, she had long moved on.
Okay. I ain't gonna
so she just it's so many lies that she's putting out there. My mom was promiscuous. Girl, you lying, stop. She's just making this stuff up to tell. No, you were promiscuous. You were you know what? My mom's side of the family was very prestigious and they were very strict. So when I wanted to do something or get away or go and sneak and see a boy or something like that, I had to try to spend the night over Tisha's house. Because we could do whatever we wanted to do at Wanda's. Not to mention, she always had men coming in and out. So she wanted to talk about a Scorpio hoe. No, a Leo hoe. Now you show them Leo how to hoe.
Y'all heard it here.
I just slid down in my chair.
So don't do it. Don't.
Oh Lord! I mean, hey,
my ears. I don't know what my ears way up to the ceiling.
I mean, when I tell you this lady told so many dang on lies, y'all. It like what Bible is? I will read my Bible. When I tell you,
so Kiki, are you saying Wanda's trying to put her bodies on your mama?
Yes, and it's funny, y'all, because that's what she does. She takes their situation and twist it around to be the other person.
I was listening to. So here's the thing. She kept saying, "Y'all jealous. Your mom. No disrespect to your mom. Hello, if you're in the chat and you're going to see this at all. I'm not talking about you. I'm just referring to what your aunt said. She kept saying, they just want to be me. Her mom wants to be. Want to be me and Tisha.
Like, why would my mom want to be her? Like, Wanda lived in her projects all her life. She didn't get out of the projects until like my sophomore year in college.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's talking about me moving. The few times that I moved, the 23 years I've been here, she moved from project to project. Boy, I moved from house to house.
So I have a question.
Like, girl, sweep around your own front door. Don't do me. Please don't.
I have two questions. Do you buy shoes that's in a box?
Baby, just about every last pair of my shoes come in a box.
Okay.
Every last one of them. And when she said that, I'm like, "What? You the one who like to shop in TJ Maxx and Marshalls? Not, don't get me wrong, I do too. But when I say like to shop, she love to shop in TJ Maxx, Marshalls. Like love to shop. She always in there. You can catch her in there on any given Sunday, Saturday, Monday.
Kiki, here's another thing that tripped me out. That Wanda said. She said something. There was two things actually. One, it was very offensive, and I didn't appreciate it. But I'll go back to that one. When she was trying to say like, Kiki could be on the show. She just can't tell her. She can't be telling her like her reality. She can't talk about her or the family. I was like, well, what was she supposed to go on the show and do?
And let me make this clear.
She wants
I don't know who she thinks she is, but she already know. So coming at Kiki that way, you coming at the wrong effing one that way. Let me say this. I talk about what the hell I want to talk about. What come out of my mouth, I stand on what come out of my mouth. And ain't nobody, no Leo hoe or no other hoe gonna tell me what I can and cannot talk about. I'm gonna talk about what I see fit. And if you don't like it, do something about it. Check it.
Okay, and the other thing is, I'm sorry, this is the other thing that I want that kind of, I don't know. I was reading and listening to her. I don't know, because I know you watched it. She was, how do you feel about her speaking on your recovery of your prescription? First of all, I don't appreciate the way she tries to say you had a drug problem, like you was on crack or something. That's a problem.
Right. That's another misconception they're trying to put out there. Like I was in the streets. Baby, you've been in the streets way more than me. I ain't never been in the streets. I guarantee you, Wanda than mingled with more drug dealers and people out there in the streets than I have. I'd be willing to bet on it. I ain't never been in the streets, ever. Because even when I was addicted to prescription pain pills, I knew somebody with a prescription. It ain't like I'm going to drug dealers. I'm going to regular people. Your next door neighbor. Your auntie down the street who get a prescription that she don't take none of them pills. I'm going to them kind of people. I ain't going to no drug dealers.
And that was whenever it was. But what was offensive tonight is that she kind of tried to insinuate that you still on it, as if you still are doing that. And I didn't appreciate that, because I'm like, first of all, why would you try to put that out there? Like,
you know what? She can say, do, think whatever she wants to. I'm not offended and I don't care. I know and I'm confident in what I'm doing over here. Baby, I take drug tests on a regular. And it can be proven. This can be proven. Okay? Bring it. I can prove it.
Yeah, I didn't like
Tomorrow, I can prove it.
Okay.
I passed every last one of my drug tests. I'm still, but see, that's the thing. People, what they don't know, I'm still in treatment to this day because I choose to keep myself in treatment. I choose to. So I'm in outpatient treatment. And in order for me to go to this outpatient treatment, I have to follow a certain set of rules. You definitely can't have any kind of drug that's not prescribed to you in your system. And you have to take 3 supervised impromptu drug tests a month. I have no idea when they're going to give them to me. I go in. I have to go every day. I go in every morning. I sign in with my app. If it come up, you have to do a drug screen day. I have to go and I have to submit my drug screen.
The randoms, yeah.
Randomly. Any day they choose to, 3 times out of the month. Every single month, I've been doing this for 2 years now. So, girl, bye. I can prove that. I can prove I ain't passed not one. Failed not one. I can prove that.
Thank you, Christine Lambert, for the super sticker. We appreciate you
so
much.
Another lie that she's telling.
I figured. I just wanted you to clear your name real quick, because there was so many accusations and things being thrown out there. And
girl, she gonna throw everything that she can. She gonna throw everything that she can at me. Possibly. To try to discredit me, make me look bad. And at the end of the day, she just made herself look like a fool. You have no idea how many people write me You know, saying your aunt is ignorant. I would be embarrassed to be related to her. And I'm like, I'm not related to her.
Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like at this point, with everything that your daddy's sister, because I refuse to say her name, has
Leo
said,
ho.
well, I can't say that because my mama a Leo and child, I'm gonna get kicked out the
Well,
wood.
not every Leo. I'm talking about that Leo ho specifically.
Yeah, I'm just saying, just, girl, I'm trying to make sure my inheritance
Yeah, that
is
one.
safe. So I ain't gonna say that one. Brittany Janae, my love, girl, I need a little take me to the king, and we coming up the rough side of the mountain, whatever you want to put, drop a little him on there. But at this point, I want to know, what does other people in your family have to say? Because today on Instagram, Wanda made it seem like it's not her for you, but it's everybody else in your family.
Another lie.
You.
Another
What do you
complete
expect them
lie.
to say?
When I tell you, I have no problem with any of my cousins. I just talked to my sister today. You know, we talked for about 20 minutes and then we talked again. Like, she is so full of lies. She even lied about what she said my dad said. My dad, I talked to him and he's like, Kiki, now you know what the line. You know I ain't say nothing like that. And I'm like, Dad, I know. You ain't got to tell me that. I know. And he's like, you know what, Kiki, I don't want to be on that show, but if I have to go on the show to clear your name, that I will do, because I don't appreciate her lying.
That was
and I'm like, you know what? Thank you, Dad. I appreciate that, because I know my dad's shy. He don't want nothing to do with the show. He don't want to be on the show at all. So he's like, I'm willing to come forward and tell the truth if I need to, because I can't believe my sister on there lying like that. Yeah, Dad, she is. And honestly, I'm not surprised, because people behind the scenes have come back and told me the stuff she's been saying behind the scenes anyway. So this ain't nothing new to me. This stuff she been lying about already. I expected it. Okay. I'm just happy now everybody can see what an ignorant woman she is. Everybody can see that for themselves. So she just made herself look like a fool. And that's okay with me.
Okay. So how do y'all move forward as a family?
We don't. I move forward with my family. I don't have to talk to her or her jealous ass daughter or her Mitch A husband. I don't have to talk to none of them, and I'm okay with that.
Her husband,
I'm 100% okay with that.
She talking about Tisha. Tisha.
Did you grip?
Yes.
Do you have an active relationship with other members of that side of the family?
Yes. All of my cousins love me, and I love all my cousins. All my first cousins, and it's a lot of us. Y'all saw one cousin, Courtney. Courtney, I love Courtney to death. She feel the same way about me. My sisters, same thing. My dad, my stepmom, my aunts, my uncles.
Was those the same?
The only person that I have any issue with is her ghetto Leo.
Kiki, was it just like how it was when we had that scene? I don't know what season it was. I think it was last season, where everybody was like, "No, don't." When he tried to butt and was like, "Go ahead and say it," and he was like, "Oh, you want me to say it?" And everybody was like, "No. You mean that village? That was you bet the one that was that's the village you talking about. This y'all still cool?
Yeah."
Because I want to tell y'all, nobody is messing with you.
She's lying.
And she said everybody coming for you.
She'll tell her to get one. Tell her to get one of my cousins or one of my aunts and uncles to come on there and validate that.
So Kiki, I have a question.
Tell her to get one.
I have a question. Were you saying this man here?
Yeah, that kind of look like the Mitch I'm talking about.
Okay, I just want to verify.
Yeah.
I just want to.
Kind of, sort of. That's it. That's him. That's the madam.
Just
Okay.
did you say the madam?
That's the madam. Madam Scott.
God, this is so messy. But no,
It really is.
so hearing what we're hearing tonight from you,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then seeing where we left off as in the show, and I don't want you to get in trouble contractual wise, but it seems like you and Tisha have fell off again.
I mean, you definitely, everybody will be able to see exactly what happens, and how if our relationship is good, rocky, the ups, downs, everybody will be able to see everything. And when, we go through these things and you see them, then I'll be more than happy to address them.
Girl, it sounds like we're going to have you back because
That's what exactly sounds like.
I got another question. Girl, are y'all still filming for the season?
Yeah.
Y'all still filming for the season?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus. So
Is it going to be an A and a B?
Through Christmas?
Huh?
Are we going to get an A and B selection like last season?
I have no idea. I don't know.
We must going to.
Oh.
We must.
Speaking of the season and stuff like that and reunions, we had got one question about that. Chat. This one right here. No, this one right here.
Oh, yes, girl. Did you see that?
Did you see Martell's blow up backstage at the reunion?
I did not.
Okay.
I was not privy to that at all. I think I was still in my dressing room at that time.
Okay. Sorry, guys. We didn't.
We tried. I do have a question though. At any point during this season, or with the fact that y'all are still taping, do you think there's any chance that you and Tiffany can make some type of reconciliation, or at least have a come to Jesus moment where y'all can agree to disagree and move forward in positivity?
It depends on the way that Tiffany moves, because Tiffany has also told some lies on me. And I'm not going to lie on another person, like just to make them look bad or try to make myself look good. Like I could say so much stuff about Tiffany that's factual that I've opted not to by choice. So when you do things like lie on people, that I lose a lot of respect for you, because if I don't know, if you wasn't a lie, then if you'll cheat, then you'll steal, then you'll kill. And those are the type of people that I don't trust.
Right. You should not.
Why would I ever be willing to trust anyone who is blatantly told a blatant lie on me? Like she did a interview with Carlos, and she does the same thing. The misconceptions and the lies. I saw her jump over a fence to pay for to avoid paying for a baseball game. Girl, you are a liar. You ain't never seen my big ass jump over no dang on fence. Number one, I'm not going to do that. Number two, my husband is a coach. We have coaches passes. Most of the time, I don't even have to pay. And if we don't have the coaches passes, my husband goes in with my oldest son and he pays for me and the kids. I have two other kids that are always with me. So I jumped over the fence. Then my other two kids jumped the fence too. My babies, the little kids, they jumped the fence too. Girl, stop lying. Stuff like that I can't respect. She never saw me jump. Never. That's a blatant lie. Why say that when you know you're lying? And there's a couple more lies she told too. So because of that, I'm willing to maybe have a conversation with her. But as far as us having to come to Jesus moment or being good, I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on how she moves, because so far I've seen her move like nothing but a snake.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus, help me, Father.
Yep.
Are you and Mel still cool at this point?
Yeah, we are. I just talked to her earlier. We are.
But when you talk to her, tell her, because I've been hitting her up in her inbox and I ain't got no response trying to get us an interview. Okay.
Okay,
Tell her you did one and we wasn't. Tell her
I'll put a
you
bug
did
in
one
that
and we
ear.
wasn't that bad.
I will tell her. I'll put a bug in that ear.
So my sister said told me don't do it.
Do it, girl.
But I'm good. Because the original idea I had for the MFK was gonna be featuring the men of Huntsville. Minus Marceau.
Absolutely.
Well, honestly, because that's your cousin husband. So
Kill the
MFF.
hell out of him anyway. I don't care who husband he would be. Kill, steal, destroy completely.
MFK out of Martell, Big Lou, and Miami Reese.
Oh,
Miami Reese.
Miami Reese.
gosh, that's hard because I look at them so different.
Girl,
You know,
if you want to, if you wouldn't do nothing with 9-1 of them, you can kill them all. It's okay.
right? It's like Reese. I look at more so like kind of like a brother, a family member, kind of. You know, so it's weird. You know, Lou is coaches with my husband, so I kind of look at him as my husband's colleague in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So that's weird. And Martell, that's my homegirl's ex. And then, not to mention, I knew Martell before I knew anybody else besides Tisa. He was the first one I knew because my best friend dated him when we were freshmen in college. So that's weird. I couldn't do either one of them.
Listen, this is a question. So, another question. You know, Martell came out with his suit line.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to buy any of those hoochie daddy suits for your husband with the matching penny loafers?
Oh no, my husband, he has a very different style. Plus my husband is a big boy baby. So you gotta bring, you gotta bring, he gotta represent for the big boys. So he wouldn't be able to fit into any of those types of, suits and anything like that.
Okay, so now I want to go back to the madam.
Not the madam.
Adam Scott has allegedly, had a churn in the neighborhood boosting for her. Do you know anything about that? And were you a part of the boosting shenanigans?
Talking about
the Leo Ho, as you call her.
Oh, Leo Ho. I heard that, and I definitely I believe it. It's that yeah, it's true. That's true. And I just know that because I asked her about it, and she knew exactly who it was who was saying that because she admitted to doing it. Yeah.
Oh, girl, the teacher slap you? The people are saying your uncle. Oh, I'm not gonna read that.
That's not what that.
Your daddy's sister said that Tisha slapped you, girl. Did she slap you? Girl, is we gonna see this on the scene? Oh, girl, I thought that was about to say something about Bernard or something. But
in what world?
Well, I don't know, that's what your daddy's sister said, that she slapped you.
And you know what? That does surprise me. She lied about everything else. She lies constantly. Like, y'all probably think I'm joking or like I'm fabricating. She lies constantly. Like, almost everything that came out of her mouth tonight was a complete lie. I promise you. Like, and people who know us, really, they know that's true. So I don't even see how she does that. I don't see how she has the guts to literally sit up there and lie, knowing that people know that you lying. That's crazy. You see this comment? Huh?
I was like, with Barb, did she see this comment? So, because I really hate to bring it up. I really, really, really hate to bring it up. But your auntie did an interview with our boy. Shout out to Scotty by Nature TV.
Uh-huh. Hey,
and
Scotty.
and said that and said I doubt if anybody who's watching me is not subscribed to Scotty, but if by chance you are not, you better be. Because he is amazing, okay? And get it on the ground floor and be his supporter now before y'all see him in the movie screens and we want to be like, I love you, Scotty.
I
It's too
know, right?
it's too late because Scotty gang been here.
Gotta be like, Scotty, I remember when.
But
Okay.
he said that ultimately your mom was supposed to Roe v. Wade you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now today she's saying that her brother isn't even your father. So I'm not I'm not understanding
Oh Lord, and that's what I'm
the
saying. You just let her talk
conversation.
long enough. She'll hang herself, and then y'all
Why would there
trying
be
to
a
get the hang of it.
conversation about Roe v. Wading you if you weren't actually his child?
Right.
I'm
Right.
Slap my knees.
so confused. But I'm even more confused. And I know you said before, like your dad is not into the social media thing, and that's cool. And we don't really see much from anybody on y'all side of the family, either in defense or not in defense of Wanda. But at
Mhm.
this point,
He's
has
not into,
made
but
a
I can
public
call my dad
statement.
right now, and I get right now I can call my dad, and I guarantee you he will back up what I'm saying.
Well, I'm not saying that he won't, but I'm saying like for you, is there going to be a point where somebody in your family stands up against her? Because the way she makes it seem is everybody got her and Tisha's back. The family is fuck you. Like, I'm just being honest. Because she said today,
Right.
it's not me. Everybody coming for Kiki. Everybody in the
That's
family,
not true.
my brother, her sisters, everybody like my sisters would have to. I guess I'm asking because of my personal, like my feeling. My sisters would have to come out and denounce that thing with that shit. Like, so for you, is there ever going to be a point where she goes too far and you need somebody for your family to speak? Not tell family business, but just to say, yo, we not taking sides and that's not true. Nobody in a family is against her. Or is it comfortable with the conversations that you have behind closed doors? Because you don't care about what social media says with your family.
You know what? I want I'll see. I'll see if anybody will stand up, and I know my dad will, and my sisters will too. But I'll see if anybody, will stand up and say, Wanda, that's wrong. You shouldn't, especially tell these lies, put these lies out there, on Kiki. That's, and we're not against her. That's a lie in itself too. We're not against her. That remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. We'll see.
I really feel like Wanda does all this lying on you, so at the end of everything, when it all said and done, she can come back and be like, "Girl, you know I was playing. You know I was
And she
lying.
does that. That's
I
the
can see
thing.
it so
That's
clearly.
the thing, y'all. She does
Oh
that.
my gosh!
Because it's so funny. The first time I heard these rumors, the same stuff that she said tonight, right?
Uh,
I confronted her about these same rumors. She said she didn't say them.
because it's like so outlandish. It's like I'm gonna go all the way to the left so she can be understanding. Like I was just kidding. Doggone well,
Right.
know you didn't do this. Like
And
what?
that's how it would work with her. And I'm no longer going to allow that type of toxic behavior and toxic type of Leo hoe in my life again. No more. I'm done with that. I'm moving forward. I have plenty of people in my life who love me. I have plenty of family who love me. Even on my dad's side, I have plenty of aunts and uncles and cousins who love me. I know that. And there's nothing she could say to turn me against my family. She's messy like that though. Because she doesn't want me to succeed. She wants everybody else to look at me like she looks at me. She wants everybody else to believe that I'm doing the things that she says that I'm doing. No, I didn't get on social media and dog you out. What I did was answer questions truthfully. So when they said, hey Kiki, do you know that your aunt is feeding Marcella, who she talks to all the time, these
She'll be back.
Yeah.
Oh, did she drop?
There you go. There she is.
Hold on, still can't hear you.
Yeah, it's catching itself up.
One
Say
second.
the last thing you just said.
No.
Refresh. We can't hear you.
Hold on.
We can't hear you, Kiki.
It might want her to go out and come back in.
Yeah, I'm about to remove her. Let me see. Remove and then add to stream. Sound like we had it. Say something now.
Can y'all hear me?
We
Yeah.
can.
Okay. So I was saying that shoot, what was I saying? She wants everybody to side with her and believe her lies. She wants everybody to believe that I'm guilty of doing the things that she and her daughter have done. I guarantee you, y'all can't find not one person who knows me, who will be willing to say, or who can say, they've ever seen me be jealous or envious of anyone. I guarantee you, you can't find one person to say that. I don't have one friend today that I'm not friends with. Out of all the friends I made in life, I don't have bad blood with any of my friends except for Tisha is the only one. And that's because she's been shady throughout the years. And people in my life have told me throughout the years, they've seen how she moved. Because some of my friends used to be friends with Tisha. None of them are friends with her anymore. None of them. And they always tell me, Kiki, when are you going to wake up? Stop allowing that girl to do this to you and get over on you. Stop. Why do you keep allowing her? Now, if we did that, you'll go off on us, but you allow it from Tisha. We don't understand. People don't understand what the types of things I've been through with that girl. That girl is very jealous-hearted. And I've gone through that since I was 13 years old. I didn't do anything. One that should be thanking me because I helped Tisha. I helped Tisha start speaking better and know that it was important to speak better. She used to get mad when I tried to correct her. Don't correct me. Her speech is 10 times better than what it used to be, y'all. 10 times.
Girl, this better.
I took the time out to try to teach her and help her improve. Okay? Anything that I did, I brought her along. I exposed her to everything I was exposed to. Everything I was exposed to. Tisha wasn't thinking about going to college until me and her started hanging out. And it's through me that she ended up going to college. So, girl, you should be thanking me. Because if Tisha had you to look up to, she wouldn't be nowhere. She wouldn't be where she is.
So will she be picking up wine bottles with a coochie like a mama?
Maybe so.
I'm just asking.
Maybe so.
But I will say, don't regret what you did for your cousin.
Oh, I don't. Because I wanted her to win all along. I never not wanted her to win. Like I said, everything that I was exposed to, anything that I found that was good and beneficial to her, I exposed her to it. When I came to A&M for the first year, she called me crying about she didn't know what she was going to do when she was getting ready to graduate from high school. I went and filled out the application for her and paid the fee and said, come here, apply for this scholarship, do this, do that. I got us our dorm room and everything that came with that. Brought her up here to A&M. Encouraged her every single step of the way. From, hey, this is who I get my hair done by. You know, she was getting her hair done by my hairstylist. Her nails done by my nail tech. She go to church where I sent her to go to church at. Everything I did, I brought her along. I never, ever once gave the indication that I didn't want her to win or was holding her back. Nothing. But she has done that to me many times. Many.
Wait,
I continue to overlook it and let it go.
Are you referring to your auntie doing that to y'all, or are you referring to Tisha being that way with you?
I'm referring to Tisha being that way.
Okay, I was just wanting to make sure because
that just kind of goes to what I was saying. I've never been an envious or jealous person. That's not who I am.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Wanda will only be referred to as her daddy's sister or that Leo Hope, as Kiki said.
That Leo hoe. I like the way you said that Leo hoe.
Yeah, that's my accent. That's my
I
accent.
know, I love it.
That's my accent.
So it's like they can try to dispute that all they want to, but it's the truth. I only had her best interest at heart. I only wanted to see her win, and I helped her every single step of the way. Not saying that she didn't help me sometimes too, she did, you know, but she also shaded me a lot and was jealous a lot. I mean, a whole bunch of stuff. When I got a brand, I just put up my tag the other day from when I was in college. I had an Acura Integra. It was brand new. It was a bad little car, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I had acting bad on my tag. Everybody went crazy over my car.
I love that.
When I pulled up in that car, Tisha looked, frown, turn the other way. She never said one word. Nice car. Congratulations on your new car. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. She was salty that whole day because I had gotten a new car. That's effed up. Time for what she was supposed to be happy for me, she wasn't. When I upgraded my wedding ring to a new ring, she was not happy with where she was in life. That girl, when I showed her my ring, she looked at my ring. And do y'all know she had to rush away from me because she started crying? She was like, oh, it's hot. And rushed off. And I stood there like, this girl really gonna cry because I got a new ring. That is so effed up because she was not happy with her ring. Y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea, man.
When did you start to notice that behavior though? Like, was it day one?
When we were 13 years old. Very young.
Increasingly bad around certain times, certain events in life. Okay.
Yes. Now I understand because Wanda was the same way. She was jealous. Can't nobody do better than her or have nothing better than her, or she jealous. It's crazy. For example, I'll just give you this example. They talk about how my dad was eating some of Wanda cereal one time. She came in. She got cereal through WIC because she had a baby. So, they give you stuff like cereal and stuff. He eating a bowl of her cereal. She got plenty. She came in, saw him eating the cereal, took the bowl of cereal and threw it in the trash. So you got a hungry brother. And you rather for the food to go in the trash than for your hungry brother to eat? And you got plenty? Who does that? That's her. The lady on that live, that's her. That's who she's showing herself who she is. And that's the kind of stuff I've dealt with. And that's the kind of stuff I've been trying to fight against because I didn't grow up that way. I grew up with sisters. I had to share everything. It ain't nothing to me to share. Right. Or bring somebody along. That was normal for me. I was the oldest sister. I have 5 sisters.
You feel like I said, I get it. And I'm the oldest.
And Tisha's the only girl. Ooh. And she's just like her mama. Just in a different way.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. But since she put it out there, then all right. One thing I'm gonna do is I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell the truth.
Shame the devil.
I'm not gonna make up stuff just to put out there about people. Everything I said is a 100% fact. Everything.
Do you have another question?
I actually did. I turned my phone off, but I do remember it. For me, do you think that the reality TV helped the relationship break up, or was it inevitable to happen regardless to you guys being on reality TV?
It was inevitable. It was going to happen either way. Because, reality TV didn't break it up. It just exposed everybody for who they really were. That's it. I've not done anything. I don't care what anybody says. I have not, since I've been on this show, I have not done one thing to maliciously hurt my cousin. Not one thing, or try to shade her at all. Not one thing. And she knows that. I came from a very earnest and genuine place. And they flipped it on me because I wouldn't go against the person y'all were enemies with, because I ain't got no problem with her. If that's how y'all want me to be, I'm not like that. Y'all like that. That's not how I grew up. So I'm not going to be like that. That's not me.
So at this
that's
point,
exactly why I have all the same friends I've ever had to this day.
At this point in time, it's safe to say that there's no chances for reconciliation?
No.
Or what would it take? Okay.
Done.
Girl, not none, zero, zip, nada.
Nada.
I mean, listen, I don't blame you.
I was about to say.
I don't blame you because without going into too much of what we've talked about outside of this, right? And I told you I don't understand because like I can literally call my aunties and have phone conversations on the phone with them for hours, and we got
right.
So I
can't with my some of my other aunties. My other aunties
in that situation. But my thing is like, girl, how do you and your children show up when y'all have a family event or family? You know what I'm saying? Family reunion. Because girl, if one of my aunties, like Lord knows, I love my mama's sisters to death. I love my daddy's sisters to death, and I know we won't ever have these problems. But if one of my aunties ever played with me, like your daddy's sister played with you, girl, I will show up to the family reunion and family events on some nuck if you book, and I'm ready for you and children. Like, so
baby,
y'all move forward as a family with her saying the type of things that she's saying, and how do you feel comfortable going around other family members when she's putting it out there like everybody got a problem with you and you are the problem, and everybody got her and Tisha back and nobody with you? Like,
because I know her, and I know that she's lying. That's the thing. I know that she's lying. There's no doubt in I know that she's lying. So I don't have I'm not gonna have an issue or feel uncomfortable around other family when I know she lying. Y'all, I'm telling you, almost everything she said was a lie. Like, I'm not playing.
You know what, Kiki? Not for nothing, I watched her live tonight. She was stuttering. She didn't know what she was saying. She was double talking herself. She would say one thing about you, then she would retract, or somebody in her chat would say, why you coming for Kiki? Oh, I'm not coming for Kiki. I'm not doing this. And it was like, yeah, you just did. So for me, I was just like, does she know that we're same mind? Because I don't think she's really paying attention that everybody is watching you, and we
clearly not, because like you said, I came for them and dogged them out. No, actually, I sat back and I took a lot and didn't say anything. For a minute, I took a lot and I would handle it behind the scenes. I took her saying, oh yeah, it was funny when she said she imaged Atisha and she's so ignorant. Nobody even took to what she said because they was tripping because she couldn't even pronounce the word that she's trying to pronounce to lie and shade somebody else.
Yep.
She tried to put that lie out there and God was like, nope. Everybody ended up laughing at that fool for how she said it. She got on there saying that I'm coming for Kiki. All this stuff. I didn't do that. I didn't do any of that. Only thing I did was got on the show and told my truth. That's it. I didn't come for her. I didn't come for Tisha. I didn't come for nobody. I told my truth. And she came for me. And enough is enough.
Okay, so do you want to answer this question?
Kiki?
Sure.
It says, is Marceau and Tisha really successful at business, or are they scammers?
Honestly, I don't know. I've not seen a lot of evidence of them being just as successful as they say they are. And because I know how Marceau is, I feel like he's a fraud and a scammer anyway.
Yeah, them teeth is definitely a scam.
So yeah, and that's how I feel. That's my opinion. Ain't nobody changing that. That's
Well,
the truth about how I feel.
I will say this: he did not answer your challenge. Remember when he said you were lying
Yeah.
on a live on Instagram, and you came back and you challenged the great Marceau, as you called him.
Mm-hmm.
I can say anything to that.
With
He did not
quotation. Of
respond.
course,
So
he couldn't. What could he say? I wasn't lying. So he could make himself out to be a liar, or he could shut the fuck up. Sorry, but yeah, one or the other. Like he said.
we well beyond we well beyond the monetization mark at this point. We're well behind the monetization. I'm gonna make my money regardless. No shade. I mean, we're there at this point. 2 hours and 21 minutes in. Whew, child, I don't even know where to go next from here because it's been so much, and it just seems like at the heart of this is it seems like you and your family are at a place of no return. And I'm just saying, like, listen, I'm from New Orleans.
Just those two.
And we don't, it's certain games that we don't play. And so for me, people in my family would have to align and say something because silence speaks louder than making an opinion to me and in my world.
Right.
And so not saying nothing is just as loud as saying something. And girl, at least if my dad didn't want to say nothing because that was his sister, and you know, brothers and sisters gonna handle themselves in a certain way, I'm gonna need my sisters to come out and be like, "Nuck if you buck" for me, like, or. And then how does your mom feel? Like, how does your mom feel when she hears the things that this woman, and I don't even want to call her a woman, when Cleft Lip Palette is talking about her? Like, how?
Hey, y'all, it's going to get a little dark because I got to start moving around. But,
we're almost finished.
Okay.
How does your mom and your mom's side of the family feel? Do they want to respond? Is your mom ever going to make a public statement?
Oh yeah, she'll definitely. It's funny because yeah, she'll definitely be hearing from my mama because she told some flat out lies, and we got them all. So yeah, she ain't gonna necessarily be hearing from my mom, but she'll be hearing from my mom by the way of someone else.
Is there someone else? The lawyers, girl?
What?
Two-step.
Yeah.
Two-step. Y'all heard it here first. So make sure y'all report y'all heard it on Barb MeetsWorld, California Beauty.
Because she straight lied and defamed her character. And you know, she gotta prove those things. She gotta be able to prove the stuff that she said. Yeah.
So historically speaking, she's come for both you and your mom like all the time.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Like she always say my mom is jealous. Girl, my mama ain't never had no reason to be jealous of you. What jealous of what? And she said my mom has moved around. Yeah, my mom has always been a fun, lively person. She's never sat in one spot. My mama didn't want to stay in Bessemer all her life. She got the heck up out of Bessemer and moved to Atlanta and was exposed to so many different things and been all over this world traveling. And now she's in South Carolina with her husband on their boat, living their best life in Charleston. Okay? Like, she has no idea. While she's trying to put these lies out, girl, y'all have no idea. She has no idea who my stepfather is, how successful he is. My stepfather is very successful. Very. He has a great job, making great money. He is very well respected in his community. So you better believe that for saying stuff like that about this man that people know and respect, oh, she gonna have to pay for that. So be my guest. I don't care about the stuff she said about me because I know I can prove that she lying. So I don't really care about any of the stuff that she said. Like I said, that there's nothing that she said that I hadn't already heard. Anyway, so just it's crazy that she would actually be bold enough to, put lies out there. Now, if you actually telling the truth, that's one thing. But when you get out there telling lies, that's a whole different thing. Then she gonna say, "Oh, I ain't gonna say nothing bad about Kiki husband because I love him." Wanda, my husband ain't studying you. He knows how messy you are. Just like when you left here doing the scene, you went to my husband and lied to him and told him that I was in here dogging him out during the scene. My husband come back to me. What Wanda talking about? You were dogging me out. I said, I have no idea. Your name didn't even come up. She literally went back to my husband and told him I was in here dogging him out on camera, and his name didn't even come up, y'all. My husband knows who you are. Sorry, girl, bye.
So is it safe to say that after this live, y'all aren't on good terms?
She already said there's no reconciliation.
This is what I say. After this live, people can take it however they think. That's what I say. If people think we on good terms, then that's what they need to think.
Ooh, Kiki,
It's no reconciliation.
The people want to know: do you have a problem with speak with your girl Marcella?
Who?
Well, Marcella.
I'm just answering the question.
There you have it.
Oh, that's Wonder friend. I don't even really know Marcella. I've talked to her on the phone with Wanda two times, maybe. That's it. I don't really know her. I don't know her at all. Now, people come back and tell me stuff that she said. I've never watched her channel or her show ever. I've never watched her. But people do come back and tell me certain things that she might say and stuff like that. And I addressed it recently. Because she's talking about she got all this stuff, and I already know it's lies that Wanda done told her. So I'm like, okay, you got all this stuff to put out. Put it out then. Put it out.
You were addressing her on a live one day this week. I don't know if it was Sunday or Monday, but I remember that. And you were on, and you were saying, I want her to say it because she doesn't know about the law. You were on with Thick Girl.
Yes.
On your Instagram, and she was telling you don't say certain things so she could say it, so you could sue her. Right?
Please say it. Please, please.
Okay.
Please say why I left my job. Say it. Say what Wanda told you to say.
Okay.
You want to make me you want to make a believer out of me? Say it. Say what Wanda told you to say about why I left my job. And not only that, she said something about I did something. I can't go in Walmart. I have no idea where in the hell they come from. Like, girl, I ain't never had an altercation in Walmart.
I get it. Somebody accusing you of wanting to commit a crime. Girl.
Right. Like, I've never committed any crimes. You ain't. She did a background check. Okay, well, they have to do a background check when I teach too. I have nothing on my background check besides a DUI that was thrown out because I was unjustly arrested. And I've talked about that before.
Okay.
And that's why that DUI was completely dismissed. And I'm going through the process to have that whole little thing retracted from my whole record.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have two more questions. This is from the audience. Do Tisha and Marceau live in the same house?
I honestly, I answered this question before. I honestly don't know, and I really don't care. I don't know. I don't know where they live. And that's another thing Wanda said. Haven't you been to her house? No, I have not been to her house since they moved. Absolutely not. I have not. There's nothing she lied about. I have no idea what they say. I have no idea who stays with them. I don't know. And that's the truth. I know I said when I was with my sister that night, when I looked at her and I said, how should I answer that? Because I really wanted to say something else. I really wanted to say something else. So I decided, my sister was like, nah, just let it go. And I was like, okay, I don't know. And I don't know.
Mm.
I have
Okay.
no idea.
Okay, so I want to ask you, it has recently been revealed to the world about Martell setting up a mail for a possible RP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any personal feelings about it? And has anybody in the cast had any conversations about it, or are we going to still act like what we've been seeing? Martell needs to be celebrated. Martell is such a great guy. Like, is nobody, because silence speaks a whole lot.
I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on 1 minute.
Okay.
Y'all like the video, please.
Make sure y'all like the video while we're going. And
Okay,
be
I'm most of us have not addressed it on the cast. It's one of those unfortunate, sad situations that everybody really wants to try to stay the heck away from. But as a woman, I can't help but feel, frustration and outrage for that whole situation and how that went down. I can't help but feel some of that disappointment, in him for doing that or attempting to do that to his wife and the mom of his kids. It's messed up, and I don't think that anybody can deny it. Nobody.
Do you ladies have a question for Kiki to close it out?
I think Cutie does.
I actually do have a question. Well, it's not even a question. It's something. It's not even on our list. I don't even think I have my list up. But we had did earlier in the year. We had did an award show, and you had won our one of the awards that we presented, and I just thought it was cool that you showed up for us. Was the first reality award show that put together, and yeah, you was one of the only ones that showed up, and I thought it was pretty cool of you to do so. That you took the time out to do that. Oh, taking the time out to rock with me and my girl. So I just wanted to say
It's like absolutely. I'm sorry. Hold on one more time. Where are my keys? Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I was supposed to be gone a whole hour ago, and now I'm trying to rush everybody.
It's all right. This is the last question.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
but,
it was a character.
Trying to go,
but you know what? I really appreciated that. There was no way that I was not going to try my best to show up and give my thanks and my appreciation for you all acknowledging me and honoring me in that way. I don't take anything lightly, and that's why I am one of those people who I try my best to answer my DMs and respond to people in my comments who write me and things like that, because I feel like if people take the time out to want to say something nice to me or give me something that's honoring me or worthwhile in any way, I want to be sure that I take the time to stop and say thank you and show you how much I appreciate you. And I always want the people to know I truly appreciate them. I really do. Thank y'all for crying for your girl. I appreciate it wholeheartedly.
Sweet.
And with that being said, Kiki, we want to thank you for being here. Of course, girl, we know we're going to see more scenes with you, right?
Yes, of course, of course.
So we're going to see more scenes with Kiki as the season progresses, because y'all know Love and Marriage Huntsville like to be with us spring, summer, winter, fall, and don't give us a break. They like year-round school. They don't never leave. But
right. They keep us plenty busy, that's for sure.
Okay. But with that being said, Kiki, we love you. We want to thank you for being here. Thanks to everybody who have tuned in. We
thank y'all for having me.
We support you. We love you. Make sure you tune in on Sundays. It is Love and Marriage Huntsville on this channel. On Tuesdays, you have the ladies from California, baby. They be giving it up about that Woha, okay? And we love it all.
We know she's not from
I know you're
California.
not from here. You're a Jersey girl, but I mean, you're in California right now. So it's the California critiques, okay,
Yeah.
on Tuesday night. Make sure y'all come in tomorrow to court because Jocelyn Hernandez is on trial for all the drama that she has been going through. Night court is back tomorrow. We love y'all and we will see y'all later.
Thank you
Bye.
guys. Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank